Hey everybody, how's it going? It's the Daily Shooter, and today we're going to talk about how the California Department of Justice and Brady United are sending agents across state lines to spy on Californians in border states. Let's talk about it. Okay, so here's what's going on. On October 5th, the Los Angeles Times posted an article by a gentleman named Patrick McGreevy. The title of that article is "California Struggles to Keep Illegal Guns and Ammunition from Crossing State Lines." Now, in that article, there is a lot of disturbing information. For instance, the California Department of Justice and Brady United are sending undercover agents across state lines to spy on California residents. They're checking license plates. They are wearing plain clothes inside of gun shops and gun shows. They're watching transactions, purchases, and if need be, they're actually forwarding that information on to the California Highway Patrol. Okay, so let me go ahead and give you guys some context real quick before we get deeper into this story. Now, I think everybody understands that California has some of the worst firearm laws in the entire country, but those laws have since expanded to now also include ammunition. Now, in the past, if a California resident wanted to buy ammo, they'd just go online, buy a box or bulk, and they would have it shipped to their house, or they'd go across state lines, get what they need, and then again, bring it home. But with the new California ammunition laws, that's now considered illegal. If somebody in California wanted to go to Nevada, pick up 500 rounds of 9mm and bring it back, it's considered illegally importing ammunition into the state. California wants you to go through one of two places. So if you buy your ammo online or you buy your ammo across state lines, it first, before coming into the state, has to go to either an FFL or a licensed California ammunition vendor. So you can't bring it in yourself. It has to go to one of these two places, and that's because California wants you to go through a background check for every single ammunition purchase. Now, with that being said, you can see that California pretty much wants complete oversight as to what you do with your firearm in that state. They want to control the parts, they want to control the firearm, they want to control ammunition, magazines, and so forth. And apparently, this has actually been going on for quite some time. The article actually mentions a situation where a gentleman was arrested in Northern California, and this is back in 2014. Now, while the ammunition regulations were not in place in 2014, there was still a magazine capacity ban in 2014. So what happened was this guy goes to a gun show in Reno. There were undercover agents both in the parking lot and in the gun show. Plain clothes, completely spying on this guy. Now, when he goes inside, he ends up buying some magazines that have a capacity to hold more than 10 rounds of ammunition. They watch him make his purchase. They watch him head back to his car with the California plates. And then once he got on the freeway heading back towards California, they radioed ahead to the California Highway Patrol, which pulled the guy over. The guy was subsequently arrested. He ended up doing a little bit of jail time. I'm sure he paid, a ridiculous amount in fines. He had community service and so forth. But his life was essentially turned upside down for something that is completely legal in a majority of the country. So again, that is a story from 2014. Now here we are, 2019, 2020, and with the new ammunition regulations, the magazine regulations, and everything else that you have in California, Gavin Newsom wants to increase these efforts to try and nab as many people as possible from bringing this stuff back across the border. Now, what makes this even worse is you have people who are supposedly pro-Second Amendment turning on people who are essentially fleeing tyranny to practice their Second Amendment right. So these people are, if you ask me, worse than the dirt from the California Department of Justice. Now, I'm going to read directly from the article here about the event organizer up in Reno where the guy was nabbed for getting those magazines. Scott Tarbell, the organizer of the Reno event, said he welcomed the presence of California Justice Department agents and wasn't concerned about them scaring away potential customers. Here's a quote from Scott Tarbell. "We invite them, but they come at their own leisure and they don't announce anything," Tarbell said of the agents. "The only ones they'd scare away are the ones that got no good on their mind." So Scott Tarbell says, if you want to buy a magazine from his show and it's more than 10 rounds and bring it back to California, you only have no good on your mind. That is the type of filth that is essentially turning on the community that they're making a profit from. Now, the article goes on to say that a lot of these agents that were previously assigned to border states have now been reassigned to different tasks inside California. So instead of terrorizing people from California outside the state, now they're just terrorizing people in the state of California. And trust me, I have a healthy respect for law enforcement. But if you're going to go above and beyond the Constitution and not actually follow the rule of law, you're no longer law enforcement. You're just a thug for the Department of Justice. So these agents that were previously assigned that are no longer there, there's a big gap and a big void right now. Gavin Newsom is trying to raise money to fill that void and put more agents and more people on the job so that he can further watch you once you leave state lines. He also has help from anti-gun groups like Brady and so forth that will literally volunteer to go up and down these parking lots and check on license plates and then report back and tell people in which direction you're going. And then they can request the highway patrol to pull you over at that point. So we have multiple incidents in both northern Nevada, Northern California, Southern Nevada, of people who have been charged and gone to jail now for bringing this stuff across state lines. So it's just, I'm not really sure exactly what to say about it other than the fact that it's not right. This is tyranny. It is not America anymore when you have to worry about where you travel, what you do, who's watching you. I mean, this is none of their business. None of their business whatsoever. What I purchase, that's my business, not your business. So seeing that California is just extending their tentacles outside of the state of California and watching its own citizens do whatever they want to do in other states, it angers me to no end. So anyway, I just wanted to make you guys aware of this story. If you want to, again, you can click that link down in the description box. You can read it for yourself. Take away from it whatever you want. But still, something has to happen. There is a thing right now going around in California. It's actually gaining in popularity, and it's a recall of Gavin Newsom. So if you want to, check your local gun shops, check your shooting ranges, check gun shows, see if they have a petition to sign to recall Gavin Newsom. I think that even though it's a kind of a far chance, it's really gaining a lot of momentum, and it might be your only chance to maybe try and reverse some of the nonsense that's happened since he's taken office. So anyway, I want to thank you guys all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe. Make sure you click that link in the description box for the Firearms Policy Coalition. Become a member, and have a great day.